What's good, everybody? This is Ryan McKee, and this is The New Perspective. This channel intention is to bring awareness and enlightenment to the unseen, tackling the real issues, breaking through mental barriers to discover, unlock, and understand your true propensity, to create passion that will spark desire to build from the inside out. Now, as you know, mental health is on the rise, whether it's through childhood trauma, toxic ways. I know when I was going through my series of depression, I didn't have anyone to support or understand or even educate me on the right way of dealing with it. And I think we as a community, we can help each other heal. And I think healing is needed in our community. And it's up to us to make a difference. So, with that being said, I hope that this channel can alleviate some of that pain. I hope that I can touch and change lives through this channel. Because at the end of the day, it should all be nothing but peace and love. So let the healing start today. Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Ryan McKee from A New Perspective. Today we'll be talking about energy and motion, which we know it to be as emotions. The first thing that we'll be talking about is building emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage and identify emotion and express them in a healthy and respectful manner. You don't want to, come across as too abrasive or, too like people could walk all over you and stuff like that. But you need to learn how to manage and express these emotions so that, you'll get a better response, I will say. So, let's talk about self-awareness, which is key. That's when a person is self-explanatory. That's basically a person who is aware of his or her emotion and how they affect others, not only themselves. So someone who would be self-aware would be someone who realize, okay, this situation makes me angry. Why it makes me angry, and figure out a better way to channel that emotion rather than lash out, rather than, to say something they don't mean or anything like that. They're also aware of, like I just said, not only how their emotion affects other people, but how it affects them in, their day to day or what they do. And, that's why I said emotion is just energy and motion, so they could go a long way. So you want to be mindful of the emotion that you're putting out with the intentions as well. So, let's talk about developing and managing your emotional responses. So that could be working on strong communication skills. That can be just being aware and managing your problem solving and your stress resistant. Meaning, in certain situations, we may feel overwhelmed. We may feel like it's too much for us, and we'll need that component to understand and how we deal with it. Like, is it going to make us frustrated to the point where it just have us defeated, or can we have different situations where instead of being so much in our head, we could use that energy to figure out the solution rather than focusing on a problem, and then we could just work on our communication skills. That's important because without it, we become stagnant in what we need to say and how we need to say it, and we could just hold it in. It could turn into resentment. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to feel other people's emotions, to pretty much put yourself in other people's shoes and, let them know that you care. That's very important when it comes to emotional intelligence, because it's just not always about you. You may feel a certain type of way about it, and then a person may feel some other way about it as well. They may not always be upfront. I mean, that's why it's good to listen to tone, body language, the stuff that we already talked about. So, when it comes to empathy, you have to be able to, just feel the emotions of the crowd or who's ever around you. Maintain healthy relationships. See, now this is good because it gives you a good balance in life. It keeps you focused. It keeps you you keep that communication going, and in a healthy way. Whereas though the more you practice this, the better off you'll be in your communication with just other people, and also your emotions as well. I think when it comes to maintaining a healthy relationship, I think that clear communication definitely helps. Not only clear communication, but a healthy influence of that. Meaning, if a person say, okay, well, you need to lose weight, and then you agree. And so you go on this diet, this meal plan, and then as soon as you get a burger, they're like, nah, give me that. We're not having it. And that's good. So you need people around you that's going to, call you out on your stuff. You need people around you that's going to uplift you. So maintain a healthy relationship, clear communication, and stuff like that will definitely help into building emotional intelligence. Also, remaining positive. Remaining positive go a long way, because you can remain positive in the most stressful situation and allow other people around you to be calm. And just how you approach the situation, you approach it with positivity, 9 times out of 10 you'll get a better outcome. Maybe not be the outcome you're looking for, but it'll be a better outcome than having a negative outlook on it. So, another thing, being open-minded, embracing other perspectives, different viewpoints. That allowed you to, like we talked about before, taking constructive criticism. Because in a way you grow from it. Because when somebody from the outside see how you're doing things and stuff, you may not notice it how you're doing it. And constructive criticism, being open-minded to just different stuff, different viewpoints, it allowed you to identify your strengths and weaknesses as a person, and it also allowed you to grow. That basically came with accepting feedback. Being able to just take the punches, but no matter how harsh the message come along, just to soak up the message. Because here's the thing. I know a lot of people, including me, used to always, have emotional responses. So the thing with having emotional responses, you don't think logically about it, and then you miss the message. But the thing is, the message could come rather aggressively, or rather it could come, softer than that. But a lot of times people don't get the message depending on how you deliver it. But the key is to always get the message. Because it may come off harsh, and it might be love in it, and it might not seem that way. So, for some people, we could go back and forth, but, it's always good to hear what the person is saying rather than how they say it. Sometimes it's really how they say it, and you can miss it. Do a self-evaluation. That gives you time to, maybe journal, think about what you said, think about what you did. It's the reflection stage. That's when you just, you evaluate yourself. Did I do this right? Could I do this differently? Stuff like that. A person who is most likely emotionally intelligent will have certain traits such as, what we talked about, self-awareness, empathy, adaptability. Adaptability is key when it comes to emotional intelligence, because that means you could be anywhere, anytime, and you could just, you just fall right in. You could just, maybe not, every situation starting off, but then you'll start to get the gist of it. Optimism, emotional self-control, passion and faith. Passion, of course, and faith is, is key to go hand in hand. You can't just believe in something. You also have to, not only have faith, but you gotta put in the footwork as well. So, when it comes to building emotional intelligence, it's important to know what makes you tick. Everyone got this thing. Everyone got their triggers. Everyone respond to things differently. Is it the job, bills, not being heard or respected by others, including your peers, caring about what other people say? What's your tick? When when you find out what makes you upset, then it's important to figure out why. And you could do evaluation step from there. You can evaluate why I feel this way. All right, well, how can I, turn this around whereas though it doesn't make me feel this way. I won't feel insecure. I won't feel bothered by what somebody says or anything like that. Ways to deal with your emotion. You have deep breaths. You have deep breathing exercises, journaling, as we talked about. Evaluate your emotions. Evaluate your emotions is different from reflection, because that's when you identify, am I suppressing or repressing this emotion? Do I express myself? Am I keeping it in? Am I holding resentment? So that's when you evaluate your emotions. Like once you identify, you acknowledge them, you find a better way to deal with them. So you could be taking a walk. You could do meditation. You could watch something funny. Give yourself time and space, and know when to express them. There's a time and place for everything, because you don't want to be somewhere where it's not acceptable to have you in a doctor's office or something. You just yell out something that's just unrelated. That's basically what I mean. Unrelated to the situation, or it's just not the time to express that type of emotion. So you want to be aware, and a lot of what we go through and a lot of our emotion comes from our subconscious. So it may just be a lot that just, like I said, repressed or suppressed, or just stuff that we thought was hidden and buried, and somehow it comes out. So you got to be careful with feed your mind, anything, because your subconscious is a lot stronger than your conscious, believe it or not, and it shapes your outlook on life. So meditation and everything else will help with that. Healthy practices for finding emotional balance. Speaking of that, positive self-talk. How you talk to yourself. If you talk to yourself in a defeated way, 9 times 10, you're going to get defeated outcomes. If you talk to yourself with confidence and uplifting and stuff like that, then that'll be your mood changes. Sometimes it's self-talk. Gratitude. Gratitude is important because it shows what you appreciate. It can be little things: water, food, a place to stay. I always say it's 3 things that I know in my life, just speaking for me, that I know yields great success and great happiness, great joy, peace. And that's gratitude, love, and service. I believe you can't go wrong with those 3. They always yield success, happiness, and peace. Harmony in your life. So, I try to do more of that, when I can. So, it's just a suggestion. Focus on one thing at a time. I know a lot of times we can try to, do a lot of things. Some of us wear a lot of hats, and sometimes we could get distracted trying to do everything at one time. That was a hard lesson I had to learn. Try to do so much at one time instead of attacking, putting energy towards what's needed at the time. Then move to the next one, then the next one, the next one. So sometimes you could crowd your day up or your week or whatever. Move your body. Dance, yoga, move your body around. Exercising, that releases stress and also enhances endorphins. It releases endorphins, which are positive mood boosters. So you moving yourself, you're moving stagnant energy. You're moving energy that need to be moved. A lot of times with depression or just negative moods and stuff, it could just be trapped energy, trapped emotions, anything like that, trauma, anything. Just find a way to move around. It'll enhance your mood as well. Of course, diet. Diet definitely helps with that because, clean you out so you can be at high performance doing certain tasks and stuff like that. Forgiving other than yourself. This is key because you can have a big weight on your shoulder. And a lot of people may not understand what that weight is. You could hold a lot of resentment. You could hold a lot of feelings and emotions for something that could have been expressed. It could have been let out of you or whatever. And once you release, you'll really feel lighter. I had to go through this a couple times. Felt real lighter and didn't feel like my shoulders was so much heavier. I could do this with ease or whatever. It helps. It helps. Take breaks and getting a good sleep. So the thing is, when it comes to emotional intelligence, I would say it's mostly just being aware of how things make you feel, how to evaluate yourself, keeping positive, having empathy, clear communication, things we talked about. It's how can I say this? Emotional intelligence is a journey. It takes a while for you to even get the concept of why. That's a hard journey, especially if you dealt with trauma or you going through generational curses, anything like that. It's constant battle, but it's very, very doable. Very doable. Yeah, it just takes time, especially releasing your old self and then coming into new as far as emotional intelligence. Because you kind of, I would say, try to get it out at first. Once you acknowledge it, try to find a way to release it. Try to find a way to talk to somebody. You get with a mentor or anything like that, because it can help you to channel and move that emotion around. And sometimes it can stop you from doing something you may regret. So this does it for part 1 of energy and motion, which is emotions. So I'm Ryan McKee. Love, peace, and harmony. Hey everybody, this is Ryan McKee from A New Perspective. If you like my content, like, comment, and subscribe. Share, tell a friend, and tell a friend. I'm going to be dropping episodes every Monday between 7 8 p.m. So, stay tuned. Also, follow me on Facebook as Ryan Accomplice McKee. And you can follow me on Instagram at ace_McKee. Once again, I'm going to be dropping episodes every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. So like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend, and share. Love, peace, and harmony, y'all.